I'm really done, my friend said. I can't keep doing this. I don't want to be hurt and misunderstood constantly. I need to find some other way to live. Oh my God. Cue the wambulance. Woo, woo, woo. We have ourselves a bona fide black pill femcel. Modern feminism loves its buzzwords: toxic masculinity, mansplaining, incel, to name a few. They use this jargon to shame, degrade, and humiliate men. Or at least they try to. When you dig under the surface a bit, you realize these terms are just fancy ways for women to whine about normal male behavior. The New York Times, which spews this word vomit, has graced us with a brand new expression. Are you ready for it? Hetero fatalism. While I don't endorse radical feminism, sometimes it's both useful and honestly humorous to explore how they operate. Join me as we embark on a unique journey into the wild, wacky, and somewhat disturbing world of women's hetero fatalism. Before going further, here is a picture on the right of the author, Jean Garnett. Keep this image in mind as we go through the rest of her article. Now, let's delve into this fine piece of literary mastery, and I use that term loosely. As you can see, this article is long, like 5,000 plus words of almost entirely useless dribble. I will put the link to the article in the description below, but please, please do not read it unless you love to be tortured. Now, if you are a masochist and you love mental torture, well, here is a great place for you to get your fix. If any article starts with a long winded story that could be summarized in just a few words, it's probably a woman writing it. More importantly, it's a woman writing it for other women. You ever wonder why men tune women out? It's because they can't get to the point. Just tell me what I need to know, damn it. If I wanted a 30-minute soliloquy, I'd go watch a Broadway play. It is completely unnecessary. Now that I've got that rant out of the way, let's talk about what she says. She begins with a story about a man who she's meeting at a bar for the first time. And she says here, right at the beginning, his hair. I thought it would be good to put my hands in. Does that sound like something someone who is looking for a serious relationship would actually say? I suppose if your view on relationships is really twisted, then maybe that is what you would say. For the rest of us, however, that is not the case. You know what she wants? She wants to get her guts rearranged, by Chad. She tries to spin this story as some sort of saucy Harlequin novel, but we all know the truth. This is quickly confirmed as Chad ghosts her with the reason being anxiety. Is that what they call it these days? These silly kids. It's no different than a woman having a headache or being, too tired to go on a date. Those were excuses to hide that the guy didn't give her the tingles, down there. So she just isn't interested. In this case, Chad, he got exactly what he wanted. He put in minimal work and got some action in return. For him, that's a pretty good deal. There was always a 0.00% chance, exactly, that a relationship was forming. Now, he could have just ignored her completely, but he's using this excuse to give himself a chance to maybe get another shot at her down the road. You'd think that one pump and dump would be enough. But no, this woman will likely let him do it again and again and again. She then laments her situation with her female friends, mocking her would be husband, let's use that term very, very loosely, and men in general with statements such as, "Aw, poor baby, will Frady cat boo boo?" and "Man up and F us." Real classy stuff, ladies. When it comes to insulting the opposite gender, women take the gold every single time. When I hear these statements, I mean, man, it just gets my juices flowing. It just gets me so turned on that I just want to rush out. I want to buy the most expensive ring. It's got to be at least 6 months' salary, not the 2 or 3 that normally women expect, and then just go and wife them up. Come on, men. Don't you feel the exact same way? Only a loser, an absolute loser, wants a woman who treats him with respect. Oh my God. This is just so pathetic. Reflect on that picture I showed earlier of the author Jean Garnett. I couldn't find her age listed anywhere. I know. Shocking. But we can safely say that she isn't a young woman. Strictly on her physical attractiveness, to put it politely, well, her best years are pretty far behind her. What else does she offer? An agreeable personality? Well, if I was forced to hear her spew this garbage to me in person that she wrote, I'd probably want to unalive myself. Kids? Yeah, even if she wanted them, which is doubtful, I think that option is long gone. Emotional support? I can hear it now. Shut up and figure it out yourself. You're a man. Financial support? Her money is her money. And your money? It's also her money. Household chores, i.e., cooking, cleaning, laundry? I'm not your maid. Do it yourself. Keep in mind, she couldn't even maintain an open relationship marriage, as she still managed to cheat. I'm not even sure how you cheat in an open marriage. So that is impressive, albeit in a very, very sad way. What man wants his wife banging other dudes and then coming home to him? I'll tell you, a weak man, a simp. Trash? I guess it attracts other trash. Despite all of this, she still blames men and not herself. I marvel at how someone can be this delusional. Here's what she says. Maybe my friend was right about male anxiety at this moment. Maybe the men are taking a beat, lying low, unsure of how to want, how to talk, how to woo. Maybe they are punishing us for their confusion. God, she just can't accept that her dating value is a zero. Zero. She's good for a quickie when Chad is bored on a Thursday night. That's it. As the phrase goes, why buy the cow when the milk is free? Even if the cow is old, broken down, worn out, and otherwise useless, it's still free milk. It still quenches the thirst well enough, even if you aren't proud of drinking it. I guarantee you, you wouldn't be telling that story, but it still does what you need it to do. There are many routes to the species of disappointment I am circling here. No, there is one route, and that is through you. Who decided to have an open relationship? You did. Who decided to fall in love with someone else while married? You did. Who decided to get divorced? Ultimately, you did. Who is chasing Chad even though you know he will never ever commit. You. You. I know you're not used to hearing this, but it is your fault. Here's another one of these doomer ladies. It was nice. A friend texted me recently, reporting on her third date with a lawyer. He is really sweet and nice to me, and good at sex. No doubt, something humiliating and nightmarish, will occur soon. Well, if a man said this, he would be told to suck it up, because that's what men, they're expected to do. But we're expected to entertain this kind of behavior from the ladies? Really? Women in accountability, like fire and ice. By the third date, you're already putting out, or this friend is putting out. She gave up the one thing that a man wanted from her. Now, just like the author, she has nothing to offer. So yeah, he's going to dump her. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to escalate what was happening between them into a relationship. That's what she says. Because it was never about anything other than a pump and dump. He asked for it, said, hey, I'll give it a try. And she was like, okay, I'll oblige. So who's really the one who's wrong here? Again, it's the woman. The humiliating and nightmarish part, she explained to me, was not so much the rejection as being cast against her will as woman eager for relationship. Aww. Switch the genders. And that is exactly what men have been saying for the last 50 years. Have we received any understanding? No. Any consideration? No. Any sympathy? Hell no. Women repeatedly say that men are not entitled to a relationship, no matter how badly they want one. Remember, make more money, have a better personality, improve your physique, just go to the gym, bro, and maybe that cave troll living under a bridge might show some interest in you. But now the tables have turned. Oh, well, that's different, of course. We'll make a fancy term for this, heterofatalism, and guilt men back into having relationships. That ship and the men on it, it's somewhere in the Pacific. And guess what? There's no women on that ship. I'm really done, my friend said. I can't keep doing this. I don't want to be hurt and misunderstood constantly. I need to find some other way to live. Oh my God. Cue the wambulance. Woo, woo, woo. We have ourselves a bona fide black pill femcel. Let's break this down so that even a 6-year-old can understand. Women wanted equality. Women wanted to be equal to men. No, wait, that's not completely true. Women wanted all the benefits of being men while also getting all the benefits of being women. However, they didn't want the responsibilities of either gender. It doesn't work that way. Rejection, embarrassment, humiliation. That has been the men's dating experience for the last 50 years. Welcome to the party. Yay. Would you like a glass of wine with your cheese? Because seriously, men have heard it all and we're done with listening to it. However, when men express frustration with the dating experience, we are called weak. We are told we can't be negative towards the dating experience whatsoever. They say, men, you created your own problems and now you have to fix them yourselves. Well, at least that's what radical feminists will say about men. But Let's reverse the roles and look at all the tears flow. Wah! If tears were water, we could fill the oceans 10 times over with the feminist tears. Then they try, very badly try, to name this complaining as empowering. The writer and gender scholar Sarah Omnen has advanced the idea of complaint as feminist pedagogy, arguing that to bitch is inherently transgressive, a form of resistance, while the philosophy professor Ellie Anderson suggests that women venting their dating woes constitutes a kind of negativity as rebellion. Was that what my friends and I were doing over dinner? Rebelling? Oh my God. Oh my God. No, you're not rebelling. You are just being annoying. That's why men are walking away. Personally, I'd rather listen to Baby Shark for 10 hours on a loop than listen to a crying, whining woman, especially a feminist. Well, it's fun to clown on these delusional women. Actually, it's a lot of fun to clown on them. What can men take away? The takeaway is that the tides, they're really starting to shift. Radical feminism has pushed men so far into the ground that they finally had enough. These women, they stupidly assumed that they could do anything, I mean literally anything they wanted, and there would be no consequences. For a time, that actually was true. But the birds, they're finally coming home to roost. The consequences of decades and decades of just nonstop hostility towards men, they're just beginning for women. Now, men, let's not kid ourselves. We have a lot of problems, but we're slowly finding our way out of this mess as we always do. We find a way. Women, they're just starting to realize what their futures will look like. They're really starting to understand. And for them, it's bad. It's really bad. If they think dating is depressing now, just wait till all the men are gone. There are no men left to simp for them whatsoever. We need to keep the pedal to the metal. This is not the time to slow down. Things have to hit absolute rock bottom before they get better. So we need every man to jump on the bandwagon and help push that cart right into the gaping maw. We're all going to hell together, and it's going to be hot. Very hot. The more attention mainstream media gives to women in dating, the more the women reveal just how desperate they are. Men, we can only be shamed or humiliated if we allow ourselves to be. So, don't let that happen for holding your standards. Remember that it not only helps you to hold those standards, but it also helps other men to see the right way to do things. Progress, it's been slow, painfully slow, like an inchworm crossing a football field type of slow. But it is happening. There is a light at the end of the tunnel, thank God. As I always say, stay strong, men, and we'll catch you on the next video. Take care.